that base. But here we go into this bizarre CTF. We're going to be going with Papa Schwank from We Get Wiped off the break here. And, just throwing those nades over there, trying to make sure nobody gets some easy access to that rocket. But for the time being, Bizarre always starting like this. Woody, both teams on their sides just trying to get some early advantages in those kills.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Papa Schwank here is doing real well playing his life, not giving away too much. Definitely able to kind of back up that overshield for his teammate to come in and pick it up. But as we see here, we do have T-Dub with the Rockets. So, a little bit of an even trade there, but we'll see how this plays out.
Yeah, the overshield does tank that rocket quite well, and not so fun for that player with that rocket in hand. But here comes Marcus Weaver working up this right side of the map, and neither team really able to get deep here. It looks like Str8 Tilted is going to be pushing through that left side of the map, but Marcus Weaver with some good shots over the top, trying to take down that player in the middle of the map. For now, it's just a solid defense, but it's hard to say that Str8 Tilted is not getting a little bit aggressive in this middle of the map for now.
Yeah, I mean, both teams kind of have their own bit of control in a way. Nobody really able to get too close to the flag. Nobody really has that control in the back spawn to where they have the opportunity to capture it. You're hoping to see. I mean, we got a two-piece from Boogie Main. Hopefully that opens up the door for a little bit for his team to push back towards their flag and maybe get a capture.
Yeah, and that's all it really takes. Boogie Main with a big two-piece, and that really opens up that control for We Get Wiped. And, they're now trying to push up into their base, but, they got to get maybe one more wave or maybe one more big two-piece before they can get that flag anywhere, near toward back middle of the map. But for now, it's a good start for them. Boogie Main does get taken down. Papa Schwank throwing those nades up top, trying to take out that player, flush him out, but with some good team shots out of Str8 Tilted, they're kind of making sure that Papa Schwank stays safe there in the middle of the map.
Yeah, and I mean, Str8 Tilted just kind of pinned in their back base right now, not able to really get anything. And I mean, as we can see, I think it was Boogie Main came out with overshield. So, I mean, definitely going to be calling for a push.
A push will be called in for sure. Boogie Main, that main Slayer off the break, sitting at 5-3, coming off that respawn, but it's Moha trying to stay alive in his base, but Papa Schwank does get that kill. Marcus Weaver trying to come in and maybe play some spoiler here, but for now, the flag is in their control. They make sure those players get taken down. They got a big 3 down. Boogie Main, the only player up, coming off that back spawn, and now Str8 Tilted have some room to work with here in Bizarre.
Yeah, we're going back to the battle of the middle. I mean, you had those opportunities. They're going to send 3 outer, see if they can do anything here. They still have one back in their base, but, not a whole lot going on right now. Still just kind of battling for that control one way or another. Nobody really able to even pick up the flag, so hopefully that changes here soon.
Yeah, I mean, the story of Bizarre CTF is definitely which straw will break the camel's back. I feel like we see this a lot, Squiddy, where, both teams going back and forth for control of that middle of the map. Nobody can really get in too deep, unless they get a really solid team push in. But once that first flag grab does come in, it can get a little bit of mixy here, or a little bit of a mix fest on the Bizarre. But it takes some time for sure. Papa Schwank trying to make sure it stays that way. Nobody wants to give up any sort of control. And, yeah, I feel like it all starts when that first team caps that flag because, the other team is forced to, kind of make a play at that point. But, as of now, 0-0, we haven't seen that happen yet.
Yeah, and I mean, I would expect nothing less from two of the top teams with a 6-0 and a 5-1 team. Everybody just kind of playing their own part, playing it a little bit slower. And we finally have our first flag pick, and he chooses to take it center. Let's see what he can do here. He is going to get blocked by Shaquille O'Neal. Wait, never mind. That was just the banister from the bridge up top.
Shaquille O'Neal cosplaying as the banister from the bridge. We saw it firsthand. Now Marcus Weaver with the overshield in hand. It does get taken down, but he still has a kill in front of him, and he does take down T-Dub. The flag, I think, has been resecured, so, safety for now, but let's see if the counter can come in. It looks like We Get Wiped has been slaying out pretty well. 3 players at 7, 1 player at even, but they have been unable to really get deep into their spawn yet and grab a flag.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, they are outslaying them, but in reality, like these slays really play no part into a flag capture. So, I mean, they're just kind of killing the kill at this point. As yet again, I believe it is who just picked up flag. Oh,
Looks like
Boogeyman.
Boogeyman has it. He's trying to take it toward that middle of the map, but his teammates are falling down. He does have the Bulldog in hand as well. He's quite close to being safe now. His teammate comes behind him. That's Papa Schwank. He does have the flag safe for now, but it looks like a counter cap is coming in as 3 down go for the Str8 Tilted boys. It's Moha trying to turn around and get that kill onto B Leezy, which he does. Another one in front of him. That's his own flag. He does get that second kill. Can he get the third? He might be able to do so. He's one shot, but Papa Schwank with the big kill onto It's Moha. And now they still have the flag, and they got some room to work with here. Papa Schwank pulling it all the way back to their base. They just need to return that other flag, and then they can get this cap in.
Yeah, unlucky by Moha, you know, getting caught with the reload, something you hate to see, especially as a player. I would be absolutely tilted right now, just like its team name says.
It looks like that flag is being pulled as well. We might have some sort of a standoff here, Squiddy, as it looks like Leezy knows he has to give chase to try to take this flag down. He does get the shots in, but he's still alive. He's got a player looking over him as well. He might have to wait for the team push, but we saw for just a moment there, the Rockets are still up. So maybe there's room for We Get Wiped to make a move toward that and try to take down the flag that way.
Yeah, this is one of those weird situations where you got to sit there, and this could go the rest of the game. Because I mean, for the most part, you know, you usually have 1 or 2 guys sitting back on flag, and unless you got somebody who goes huge and picks up a 2-piece, like, I mean, it's basically just going to be slays back and forth, and you know, with teams of this caliber and this evenly matched, you would have to assume that they're just going to keep trading back and forth, and take this all the way to overtime, essentially.
Ooh, Marcus Weaver with a rocket kill, but he trades himself out. Boominate just making sure that flag stays alive. Same on the other side. 2 do go down for the Str8 Tilted boys. The sticky does come in for Boominate, but he stays alive. He's just playing his life here as the Str8 Tilted guys try to push out. It's Moha trying to take his time here. Just make sure that the flag is safe. He's doing a great job of doing so. The push is coming in from the left. That's Marcus Weaver, but he sneaks away from It's Moha. He goes right underneath his head, and the kill does come in, but you know, Str8 Tilted, they're falling now, and now it looks like the cap has come in for We Get Wiped.
Yeah, no, I definitely thought for a minute there that this could go for a long time, and I was proven wrong. Marcus Weaver going huge on the outside back in the spawn. You know, you got to think if they don't pick up rockets there, it might have went a little bit different.
It definitely could have. I mean, that opening blood is really all you need to shake up the you know, presence of the Str8 Tilted boys. And I don't think, you know, I think it was just his presence that, you know, allowed them to get that flag cap in, because Str8 Tilted was forced to try to react to this Marcus Weaver push on the left side of the map. And it looks like Papa Schwank came in from the middle and, you know, decapped the flag on his own, which allowed his teammate to throw that one in. So big play out of We Get Wiped, and they now find themselves up 1-0 in this bizarre CTF. But, you know, with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left, Str8 Tilted do have time to work with, but, you know, slowly but surely they are running out of it as well.
Yeah, I mean, right now they're just kind of stuck in their spawn, not really able to go anywhere. I mean, Str8 Tilted needs a capture here in the next three minutes, but I mean, they're just spawn trapped right now, and I mean, you hope that they can get out of it and at least, you know, contest for their flag, but the way that it's not looking promising for them at the moment.
Yeah, it is not looking promising with how long it took to get that first cap in. You might think that, you know, it's not looking great for them for the future, but, you know, 3 minutes are going by and they keep falling. So We Get Wiped may have another push with the cap completely out of reach here. Looks like T-Dub is the last player alive. He does get taken down. That's a quick 4 down. And now B Leezy with the grapple in hand flies to that flag and trying to run away with it. He gets a punch in as well to take him down. Now 3 down for the Str8 Tilted boys. It's going to be B Leezy running with this flag, and now they are forced to react quick.
Yeah, and I mean, you got to think if they get this second capture, and there's not going to be too much time for them to really get a counter capture. So, you know, you really think that this could be the game for map 1 right here.
This absolutely could be the game, Squiddy. 3 down yet again for Str8 Tilted. B Leezy might be able to just run away with it. With one player left in front of him is B Dominate, and now after he gets that kill, I think it's pretty close now. The the cap should be coming in, and that could be the tombstone for Straight Tilted. They're gonna have to make some insane plays to bring this game back to their favor.
It's just crazy to me that all in one map we get a visit from Shaquille O'Neal and The Undertaker.
Yeah, not so often we see that one, but we get wiped, go up 2-0 in this bizarre CTF with 1 minute 53 seconds left, and it looks like they're not even ready to be done yet. They want to put this game even out of more reach. They want to make a statement here on bizarre CTF, and they're doing a great job of it. I mean, look at Papa Schwank, 24-9 here. I mean, the slaying levels is just off the charts before we get wiped right now. We were talking earlier about how maybe the slays were not, completely working out for them, but that was the straw that broke the camel's back, and now, the Slays are up by, I would say they're slaying by at least 20 right now.
Yeah, no, they definitely have the slays up, and I mean, I got to give a big shout out to my man Chris Paul, aka Boogeyman, with the 16 assists there, helping out his team. But if I am Straight Tilted here, I definitely just want to get a little bit more momentum leading into the next map. Obviously, this one didn't go the way that I wanted it to. So, you got to sit there and you got to say, you know what, let's get a couple kills under our belts. Let's get a little bit of momentum going in the map, too.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, Squiddy, this goes to a map, too, which is Slayer. So, you got to think that we get wiped we've been talking about it the whole past couple minutes that, their slays have been fantastic. So if they're going to a game mode like Slayer, I mean, if you're Straight Tilted, this is probably a map you wanted to win.
Yeah, and you definitely have to consider the fact that a lot of the gunfights that these guys have taken on have been one-on-one fights. In a Slayer, you want to move a little bit more as a team. That way you can play each other's trades and everything. And I mean, it could work out for Straight Tilted in the end, but the way it's looking right now, you got me there with We Got Wiped is looking just threatening in the Slayer category.
Very much so threatening. If Straight Tilted want to turn things around here, they are going to have to work as a team and focus on that OBJ, because for right now, the gunfights are definitely not going in their favor. The game does close out. We get wiped. Do take that one 2-0, and now they're up 1-0 in the series. Really, find some big leads here. One player goes on a 5 streak, and that really changes the game completely in a game mode like Slayer. Off the break, we got B Dominate taking a nade to the face, but he shakes it off. But as I say that, Marcus Weaver with a kill of his own. Crazy Care Bear looking for a melee to come in, but doesn't kill him completely. T-Dub gets 2 kills with the Heat Wave, a big bounce back, and that's what we're talking about here. T-Dub goes off a big 3 streak on the break, and if he's unable to do that, I mean, Straight Tilted may find themselves in a blender right now, but instead, it's only 4-3.
Yeah, I mean, the Heat Wave is just one of those weapons that is just game-changing. Compared to the BR, it's about a 3-shot kill if you hit him in the right spot. Only thing that's probably more powerful is a melee, and unfortunately there, I think it was B Dominate, just was not able to hit that melee and had to reload and just did not pick up that kill.
Yeah, and these Slayers are a little crazy off the break, but it all comes down to this mid game. It's like who can get control better and hold it for as long as they possibly can, because it's really hard to get a ton of kills on Slayer if you're really unable to have that map control. Looks like Papa Schwank has that map control that we also want, and he has the Heat Wave as well, putting in shots for his teammates to take him down with a nade. Boogeyman with a big 2 as well, and now they find themselves doubling up the Straight Tilted scoreboard, and now they're working for those spawns. Papa Schwank still with the Heat Wave in hand. I mean, that thing does it all. And, the team shots coming as well. And, another thing, I mean, Boogeyman playing his Chris Paul role yet again. He's already found himself 4 assists in this game. I mean, this guy's putting in team shots all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, I might have to bump him up to a Steve Nash kind of role, one of the greatest passers of all time, because this man is just involved with every little bit of play for his team. But the one thing I do got to say is, while it does seem like the lead is very big, it is way too early in the game, and that's one thing I really enjoy about Slayer is even if you go down 10 early, if you just get on 1-4 down and get the power weapons and everything, your team's right back in it. But as I say that, we have We Got Wiped getting the active camo, and they do take down that player, so that could be big for Straight Tilted.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot allow that active camo player to have that for a good amount of time, or else it could get really messy there in the middle of the map, especially when he's just roaming. But they take him down quick. But now they gotta flush out the rest of these We Get Wiped players. Straight Tilted trying to work as a team. You can see it in the way that they're placed around the map. But We Get Wiped just placing themselves so perfectly. Crazy Caribou with a big trade there to shut down that push. Find themselves down 5, but I mean that's just one streak away from finding yourself back in this game. Off the break here, it's Papa Schwenk yet again, sitting at 6-4. Marcus Weaver 6-3, just alike. And those are the main slayers for these We Get Wiped boys, and they're continuing to do so. The consistency is key here for We Get Wiped.
Yeah, I mean, I got to give a big shout out to Papa Schwenk because he ran into that room with 3 guys after he hit the dude in the hallway. I would have peed my pants if I turned the corner and saw 3 of them. The last thing I would have thought was to finish off the guy that I started killing, and he was able to do so. And I mean, an even trade isn't worst case scenario for you. You can play for your trades the rest of the match if you wanted to, if you're We Got Wiped.
Yeah, I mean, they find themselves up 11 here. We Get Wiped, making it 12. Str8 Tilted now forced to make, some sort of play for the middle of the map, at this point, which is, that's the thing about Slayer is, it's so action-packed, there's kills all over the place, gunfights all the time. It's maybe hard to find a moment to be like, all right, guys, we need to reset here. We need to figure out what we're doing wrong because, at some point you just see your teammates coming up off spawn and just taking fights. So if Str8 Tilted is unable to get a solid game plan in before this game ends, it might be wraps for them here in map 2.
Yeah, I mean, you got to look at how We Got Wiped is playing in comparison to Str8 Tilted. You have assists 4, 8, 6, and 2 on the side of We Got Wiped, and then you have 2, 2, 3, 2 on the side of Str8 Tilted. I mean, you got to be playing for those trades. Yeah, a guy might get lucky, get your team with a 2-piece, but if you're not picking up those trades, there's no way that you're going to win a Slayer.
Yeah, but we know these Str8 Tilted boys as well. We're 100% sure that, at any point, T-Dub or Crazy Care Bear and co can, find a solid 2-piece in, but you got to be set up in those positions. It's going to be hard to, find a crazy 2-piece when, We Get Wiped is just so set up around the map. I mean, I feel like every time, we take a look at, these players around the map, they're always set up in amazing spots. They're taking very much, a lot of care to this top middle of the map area, and that's what you said before this game started, Squiddy, that whoever took that top middle area would be the victor in this map. And I mean, look at We Get Wiped right now. They got 4 players up there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I feel like We Got Wiped might just be like little brothers or big brothers to each other, because I feel like any time that Str8 Tilted does get a kill, like Big Brother's just racing after the dude who got the first kill and is just ready to back up his little brother. Like, they are just trading every single kill, and it is just unbelievable.
We Get Wiped have that built-in family communication factor. Big brother, little brother, tight beat for sure out of We Get Wiped. And I want to shout out Steve Nash, aka Boogeyman, yet again. 11 assists. I mean, this guy's only died 4 times. I mean, the team shots out of him have just been insane so far. And it may only be one player. He may only have 8 kills, but I feel like it's such a difference maker here in a game mode like Slayer. Like, when you have a player that's going in first, going for those shots, making sure the team is aligned as a unit, finding himself 11 assists. I mean, that's a game changer. That's an X factor. That's everything for a team.
Yeah, and I mean, there it is again. He comes out with the active. He's putting in shots to everybody. And there's another guy up top mid who's just going to be there to clean up the kills. And, I mean, he's going to pick up a 2-piece. I mean, you got to sit there and say, I mean, the man doesn't have to be LeBron James. He's perfectly fine being that role player. And, I mean, to me, he's playing like LeBron James.
Yeah, he absolutely is. Everybody needs that player. And right now it is Boogeyman. We Get Wiped, sitting at 47. Str8 Tilted find themselves at 29. The collapse would have to be more than gargantuan to close this one out for Str8 Tilted. One more kill needs to come in, and there it is for We Get Wiped. They find the victory 50-30 here in map 2. Back here in this map 3. But the nades are already coming in. Big nades out of Str8 Tilted. We Get Wiped, looking to bounce to, just stay alive here for just a moment. But T-Dub comes in from behind and takes down 1. That's 2 down for We Get Wiped. Str8 Tilted trying to make a play. Looks like they're going toward that C point right now. Looks like not many players toward B. Looks like they really want that C point for now.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that is exactly the start that you want if you're Str8 Tilted. Even though it looked, it's a little bit of a strange decision to just go straight for C. Maybe they enjoy a CB hold more. But to not have anybody back on the A hold, I mean, you're just giving them 2 points at that time. And, now you see that We Got Wiped is on the scoreboard now, and you're kind of just stuck in the C spawn now, and you gotta work your way out of it and try and get to one of those other points so you can get up on the scoreboard.
Yeah, something seemed to happen there with the straight tilted plan there. I'm sure that's not what they envisioned happening when they worked for that C point, but now they're trying to work back to that A, but the kills keep coming in for We Get Wiped. Looks like they got one player on A. That's going to be Crazy Care Bear. He stays alive, unable to get that cap as of yet, but he still has time to work with here. He still has health in his name, but be lazy with the big kill to shut that down. And now We Get Wiped at 41 points and counting, but Str8 Tilted working toward that B point. They got 3 players on there, but the nades are coming in for We Get Wiped. 2 kills to their name. That's Boogeyman and Marcus Weaver, and now the full push come in as the last 2 players get flushed out. It's Moha, stays alive, but he has no shields left, and Boogeyman comes in for the big trade, and now they hop onto B to get that full capture back in. Just classic We Get Wiped. The pushes are perfect, and the holds are amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, you hate to see it if you're Str8 Tilted, but I mean, We Got Wiped is just playing as a unit right now. I mean, these guys are just playing off of each other so well, able to pick up each other's trades. I mean, if you're Str8 Tilted, you got to find an answer, and you got to find it quick, because the more and more the momentum shifts, and Moha goes down with the rockets and not even able to pick up a kill, you got to sit there and say, we should have capitalized on that, but you got to regain here and, focus on one of the points here and just try and get a little bit of momentum your way.
Yeah, any type of momentum is good for Str8 Tilted right now. The thing is, the slays aren't too far out of their favor as well. Str8 Tilted still doing a solid job holding up in the slaying department, which is, a silver lining there for them. Be dominate with a big kill onto that player right there. That's Marcus Weaver. And now they're able to get that AC hold, but We Get Wiped find themselves spawning up there now. They're going to have to focus on that B point, but I feel like it's not long until those nades come in for We Get Wiped. I feel like anywhere that Str8 Tilted is, they're tossing nades straight at them from the We Get Wiped side.
Yeah, see, this is good to see from Str8 Tilted because they finally get a little bit of that map control back. The ones that they've been looking to get this map control this entire time, and I mean, finally able to get it, able to hold A and B. But as soon as I say that, We Got Wiped was able to capture A. But this is just going back and forth now. Now we're going to kind of be in that feeling out process. Let's see who can get the map control back. And I mean, these gunfights over here at B are going to prove vital. And Str8 Tilted with the opening kills.
We Get Wiped, though, with a solid bounce back. No B control yet. B Dominate jumps on there, but he gets naded. 2 players on this B point. B Dominate gets taken down by that nade, but T-Dub with a solid one of his own. Tossing a peach there to that player, but the shotgun almost comes in. But now, they're focused so much on this B point. It's Moha with a solid nade to take down Boogeyman. And now the C-B hold is in, but for how long? Because We Get Wiped are doing such a great job of breaking. The rockets has come in. I think somebody from We Get Wiped was able to pick that one up. Marcus Weaver with the big melee kill. The rockets are coming in. It looks like that's Papa Schwank, but he gets taken down. The Bulldog working toward that B point. And looks like Crazy Care Bear may have rocketed himself. And now with the Bulldog, he's just playing his life for as long as he can. That's a big 2-piece from Marcus Weaver. And now the B hold is good for now.
I'll tell you what, that play was just as pretty as Mila Kunis. My goodness. I mean, to be able to pick up a double right there on the B point and give your team the map control by yourself, that is just absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely. Str8 Tilted trying to find their way back to that B point, but they're not getting a lot of, capture in for now. It looks like they're back on it. T-Dub just playing those kills, trying to keep himself alive, but the decap comes in, and now We Get Wiped. More than doubling the score of Str8 Tilted. Str8 Tilted have had their moments in this map, but at some point I feel like they need to go for that deep rotation back to that C point and try to get an AC capture. I mean, I may be wrong, but, at some point you got to take that focus off of B for just a moment.
Yeah, and I mean, as soon as we see a pretty play from Marcus Weaver, we get a huge play out of B Dominate. It's really good to see Str8 Tilted starting to get a little bit more momentum, get back to that map control, and I mean, they're starting to cut that lead by a lot here. So, you got to sit there and, I mean, they got A now, so they have full control of the map, and this is exactly what you want if you're a Str8 Tilted fan.
Yeah, I mean, the next question is how long can they keep this trip cap in? The C point is getting capped right now, but, definitely a huge turnaround for Str8 Tilted. Moha trying to get a kill, but Papa Schwank with a big one. to hold off his teammate. It's Boogeyman, and now they're going toward that A site. And now, I mean, the score within, 30 points, it's looking a little worrisome before we get wiped here. They haven't found themselves without a lead in quite a minute here, but the A point does get capped, but it's Moha still alive with that stalker rifle. Now the focus goes toward B. The points are ticking in before we get wiped, but Str8 Tilted unable to really find any control in order to recap one of these flags.
Yeah, as soon as they had that full capture, I thought that Moha played his life well enough back on A for his teammates to respawn and get A, but just weren't able to find the kills, and now find themselves in a tough situation of where they got to get a capture somewhere, and it looks like they're going to go for C here, and I think they're going to get it, as most of We Got Wiped is in the back, except for Boogeyman.
He is capturing that C point for now. Marcus Weaver looking to help him out. The shots are coming in. It's a big melee, but there's one more player there. It's Boominate. And now the trip cap may be coming back in for Str8 Tilted. It looks like we get wiped or popping their way back onto that B point. But for now, it's Moha with a big kill onto B Leezy, staying alive as well, playing his life oh so well here at this A point. Just keeping it for as long as he possibly can. He knows the game is close. The thrust comes in. Care Bear with a kill of his own. The melee as well for It's Moha. He's doing a great job of holding this point. Another kill coming in from his teammate. That's T-Dub. And now he's working back toward this B point. I mean, Str8 Tilted could tie this up or take the lead quite soon here.
Yeah, I mean, Moha's just like a shot of tequila right now. He is just burning right now. I mean, you definitely got to sit there and say, if you're Str8 Tilted, you got so much momentum, you have so much map control, and I mean, I think as long as you don't go forward down, you should just maintain it the whole time. And I mean, crazy Care Bear is just feeling himself right now with the ego chows, and man, they are just very eager to get these triple caps here. And for the first time, I can sit here and say that Str8 Tilted working like a unit, and I love seeing this. And they're holding this triple cap and took the lead. This is chef's kiss for Str8 Tilted.
Jeff's kiss. They have the rocket as well. Big 2 kills out of Boom, and they make it 3 with the BR as well. But they are on that B point, and now it looks like the B point does get capped, but the AC hold still comes in. It looks like as B Dominate takes him down, he wants to jump back on that B point, which he does. The AB is in, and now we get wiped, forced to fight from that C point, but the triple cap is still in. They finally get that first capture onto the C point, and now they're forced to make a play toward B. They got to flush out these players. Boogeyman with one onto Moha. Gets on that B point, but there's still players here. Boogeyman with a second onto Crazy Care Bear. And now it looks like a triple cap may be coming in for We Get Wiped. Who would have thought, Squiddy? 2 kills come in, 4 Str8 Tilted, but We Get Wiped have 2 caps of their own. B Dominate trying to make sure the B point is safe. Str8 Tilted hops on the C point, and it's all back and forth right now, Squiddy. This one's crazy.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that B hold there for Str8 Tilted is proven vital there. If they give up B there and the player goes down and they get triple capped, We Got Wiped is right back into this. But with securing that B hold, I mean, you're buying your teammates a little bit more time and just increasing that lead a little bit more. And I mean, this still could go either way, but Str8 Tilted, you got a little bit of time, a little bit of a slow push here, regain map control, and you get this win.
Yeah, you're only 35 points away from winning, but you have to find a cap soon. We Get Wiped looking to be like their normal selves for now. They have some solid control. Papa Schwank 20 and 14. It's still good now for We Get Wiped. Looks like Str8 Tilted just taking their time to make a solid push, but they only have so much time because those rockets are coming up in 5 seconds here, Squiddy.
Yeah, and I mean, we got one player there, and I think it was Boogeyman, and I think he went down. I think Str8 Tilted got the rockets, and they did.
It's definitely possible. Marcus
Yeah,
Weaver,
but I'm not sure if they were able to pick up a kill with it.
I'm not sure where those rockets are, but I'm sure we will see it in the kill feed at some point. But We Get Wiped, staying alive here, still on the A and B point. Str8 Tilted opted to go towards C, but it didn't work out for them, or they opted to go toward A, and there's another kill for him. We Get Wiped retake the lead, 224 to 215. The B and A point is still in for We Get Wiped. Papa Schwank with a big kill, and Str8 Tilted have such little time to work with here. They have to make a move now.
Yeah, no, this is not what you want to see if you're a Str8 Tilted fan, because they have 3 guys over at B, and I mean, by the time you get to A, it's going to be a 4v4 hit, and you just got to win your gunfights, and it's not looking that way right now. And hopefully you can get into the B point to stop it, but it's not long enough. They do have A, though. Str8 Tilted's not done yet. They're not done yet. Oh.
They were not done yet for just a moment, but we get wiped. Close it.